Welcome, everybody, to the Animation Station Podcast, episode 88.
Ooh, we're getting up
My
there.
name is Josh,
I'm Gavin.
and today we're going to be talking about Gnomeo and Juliet. So, the plan was, originally, we were going to talk about Isle of Dogs. However, in the state of Oklahoma, Isle of Dogs is not out yet. It's out everywhere else, just not here.
Yep.
So, we had to...
Because we live in the sticks.
Yeah, we live in the sticks. So we had to do a quick little audible, and...
What's an audible, Josh? That's a football term, isn't it?
That is an audible. We had to do an OSCE. That's my football. That's all I got. So we had to do an audible, and we decided to do Gnomeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sherlock
Sherlock
opens
Gnomes
this week as well.
Which was weird because Sherlock Gnomes was sold out.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was sold out in the
Yeah, it's
theater
the-
that we wanted to go.
It's the Johnny Depp effect.
It is the Johnny Depp effect. It's the McAvoy and Emily Blunt effect.
That's true. They're perfect. I love them.
But first off, today's episode is brought to you by Studio Headphones. Studio are the makers of high-quality headphones, and we'll hear about them a little bit later on in the show. And Gavin, so we're also doing something a little bit different, too, for our audio listeners. We're doing our first ever Unlocked stream.
Ooh,
Now, Gavin,
we are.
can you tell everybody what Unlocked is?
Sort
Probably
of,
not, because
sort of.
that was all me.
I learned about it about 5 minutes ago. Kind of a periscopy, streamy, kind of appy kind of thing, right?
Yes, it is. So basically what Unlocked is, and we posted our links on all of our social media. So all you have to do is go on there, download Unlocked, and it's a place where you can get with all kinds of voice actors, talent, basically anybody that is in the voice acting industry. We're going to be doing stuff with Bryce. We're going to be doing stuff with Bryce. With Bryce Papenbrook. We've got stuff scheduled with Urza Weiss. So we've got a lot of people on. I've been working a lot with Bryce. We're going to talk some more once he gets back from Cork. Cool. We've got some stuff down the line that we're really, really happy about. And hopefully help us to that next level. Next level. Kind of like your Utah Jazz. They're
Get
going
to that next level.
get to the next
Yes.
level. That's all the sports.
This is not a sports
This
podcast.
is not a sports podcast.
We promise.
Yeah, but we will talk about sport. We won't talk about sports.
Well, we might talk about some lawnmower racing.
With some lawnmower racing, yeah. But first, Gavin, is there anything in the news?
Not a whole lot besides the fact that it's the opening weekend for two major animated releases this weekend.
Pacific Rim.
Well, that is very highly animated, yes. No, but the sequel to the film we're talking about today, Sherlock Gnomes, and then also, as you mentioned a minute ago, Isle of Dogs, the new Wes Anderson animated film, which I think you and I had that at the top of our list for 2018.
Yeah, that was my most anticipated film.
So we were
Island
really
Dogs.
bummed to find out that it wasn't coming here yet this weekend, because we actually should be in the theater watching it right now.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah. But unfortunately, again, not in the state of Oklahoma for whatever reason. So what we're going to have to do is we'll probably do it in the next couple weeks. And that way we'll kind of give everybody, that couple weeks to watch it. But next, because we can't do it next week because Hannah's coming over next week, and we are going to binge season 2 of Miraculous Ladybug. And then, God, I hate you. Just hit that soundboard. And then we're going to do a Miraculous Ladybug Season 2 Unlocked episode stream thing. I need to figure out what that's going to be called. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We also have some super cool art that we're going to give away.
I don't have enough screen presence to
But yeah,
this.
that'll be next week. We'll be giving those away. And yeah, so you'll have to tune in to see how you can listen to those. You can also follow us on all of our social media. We've got our Instagram, which is @Animation Station Podcast, our Twitter, which is @Animate Podcast, our Tumblr, @Animation Station Podcast, and our Facebook @Animation Station Podcast. You can also go to our website, animationstationpodcast.com. So I bet everybody listening is hating this right now.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe they're loving it.
If you're loving it, that's great. And if you want to actually see it and figure and realize, oh, okay, maybe this is probably what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future, just go to unlock.com. Well, you can go to unlock.com. It takes you to the same place.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah. Look our social media. Click the link. Download it. Follow us. Watch other videos.
All right. Wait, is that all the news? I thought you had some more news. No?
Do I have any more news?
Maybe I was just thinking of Ladybug.
Just Ladybug, primarily. Santa Clarita Diet Season 2 comes out. We're not sponsored by Netflix yet. One day. One day we'll get that Netflix money.
Sponsoring podcasts.
We could be the first.
We'll be their first one.
We'll be the first one. And we'll do Be the Beginning. And you guys watched Be the Beginning? Yay? Nay? Yay? Nay? I see a lot of hearts. So if you watched and then they all stopped. So nobody watched it. Yeah, we've got Ezra Weiss. He's gonna. I think I called him Urza by accident.
Yikes.
It's Ezra, not Urza. Ezra. He's gonna be on. He's the voice director for Miraculous Ladybug.
Oh, cool.
Having him on. He's also is the voice director of Be the Beginning. Hopefully, we'll have Corey on and we'll do a whole episode on Be the Beginning.
Sweet.
So
Sweet.
That would be cool, mainly because it's a fantastic show.
Rebecca Vanstra chimed in again. She says she has not watched it yet.
Santa Clarita or B? Oh, B.
Probably Be the Beginning.
Probably, yeah. Probably B, not Santa Clarita.
I assume.
Oh, man. So, Gavin.
Yes.
I guess let's go ahead and actually, let's talk about the thing right now that has been on everybody's mind. This whole thing with the Avengers, that whole...
The poster?
Yeah, the poster thing, where it's like,
oh
oh my gosh, this is the best, or a mashup that no one has ever done before. And then everybody's putting all those posters in these meetups that have happened throughout all of the years. You sent one.
Space Jam.
You spent Space Jam. That's a big mashup. There is a
NBA meets Looney Tunes. That's pretty big.
There is a mashup too that is coming out this week.
Oh yeah?
So yeah, this episode comes out on Monday. Episode this week on Supernatural, we have the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover.
Wait.
So Sam and Dean are going to sit in these little chairs, go through the TV.
Are they going to be animated?
They're going to be animated, and they're going to be Scooby-Doo. And Sam is, he's Sam.
Is Castiel
in there.
Okay.
We have an animated trench coat.
No way.
Yep, animated trench coat.
Nice.
And then Dean is hitting on Daphne, because Dean would hit on Daphne.
Of course.
Of course Dean would hit on Daphne.
Are they going to animate him crying a single perfect tear?
They should.
They definitely
if
should.
If he doesn't, it's just like one. Oh. We should get Jensen Ackles on. This will be the second time he's been animated. So he'll be animated. He was Jason Todd in Batman Under the Red Hood.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So he's Red Hood.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we should definitely get Jensen Ackles
We should get Jensen Ackles.
And we could totally do that. Right.
Probably. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's doing Supernatural. He's not even filming Supernatural right now.
He's doing 8,000 episodes of Supernatural and probably 1,000 Supernatural conventions.
Yeah, that's probably that's true. He's definitely doing the convention circuit. Yeah, they've got him on lock. Anyway, okay, let's blah 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 blah. We've rambled enough. Sorry, audio listeners and actual listeners. We've been rambling. But we're going to go ahead and talk about our movie for today, which was Gnomeo and Juliet.
Indeed.
So, Gavin, tell us a little bit about Gnomeo and Juliet.
Well, Gnomeo and Juliet is from 2011, and it was it's kind of a hodgepodge of creators that came together to do this. The script was eventually sold to Disney, and so Disney financed it, but then they sold the production. So it's see if you can follow me here. It's a Disney financed movie. Touchstone Pictures distributed it.
Okay, so we got two hands.
Rocket Pictures, which is Elton John's production company, produced it.
Three hands.
And then Stars Animation, that's Stars with a Z.
Like the channel Stars?
I don't think it has any association with the channel Stars.
Okay.
No, it's its own company. It's changed hands a million times. They did the animation. So it was partly animated in England, but mostly animated in Toronto, Canada. So it was a whole group of entities that came together to make this picture. It kind of hopped around for a little bit, but it finally settled where it finally settled and came together to be a pretty successful movie. It made over 5 times its budget, so it was really successful in the box office. It had a small budget of I think 36 million, and it ended up making 195.
Well, yeah, because they didn't have to pay for music. They just had all Elton John.
Yeah, they still had to pay him royalties for those.
Really? Do you have to? If it's your production studio, do you have to pay royalties to your production studio?
I mean, him and Bernie are not stupid. If they can use their own music and make money off of it, they're going to.
Okay.
I'll look it up. I don't know if they did or not, but I would assume they made some money on that.
He was probably like, I get 1% of the movie.
Right.
Like that's mine.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably.
I don't know.
Is that enough
but
royalties?
It was.
If you make $100 million,
yeah,
and you get 1%, is that enough royalties? It's $1 million.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is that more or less than? I guess if you're Elton John, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a few coins in his fountain of gold. But it also was a 3D animated film, and that was in 2011. That was kind of early in the big craze of 3D animated films. I think that was the same year or the year after Tangled came out in 3D. So
in what year?
2011. I think Tangled was 2010, right?
I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
Because Princess and the Frog was 12, wasn't it?
No, Princess and the Frog was before it. I'm trying to remember the
I thought
timeline.
Princess and the Frog was after Tangled.
No. That's why they changed the name of Tangled to Tangled, because Princess and the Frog didn't do well in the box office.
Oh, so they
and their next movie was a princess movie, so they didn't want to isolate more boys by having another princess movie. So they prominently featured Maximus and Flynn Rider, and they changed the name to Tangled.
See, Gavin is the Disney expert. He's the one who goes like 4 times a year. You try to go every quarter.
I try to go every weekend, but I just can't do it.
You can't do it.
Right.
We're in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
Ugh. Long flight.
Yeah, it is a long flight.
Stinks.
It's not a bad flight, though. As long as you don't have that stupid layover in Colorado.
Colorado.
That sucks.
It's worse if you go to Houston.
Nothing against Colorado for our Colorado listeners.
Yeah, no.
But the airport is big, and especially if you have a 2-hour layover.
There's plenty of things to do in that airport, but I just don't like having stopovers when you fly somewhere. I'd much rather a direct flight. Just get there. Yeah. So, we just finished watching.
Yeah, so Gnomeo and Juliet. So going into this movie, I was not caring.
And you had never seen it before.
I had never seen this movie.
Right.
I knew that it was a movie. I had seen stuff, and I had seen everything for the second movie that's coming out, because all the stuff that we
saw it like 3 movies in a row. We saw the trailer.
Yeah, they've been like spamming this at us.
Yeah, they're marketing it for sure.
Yeah,
well, it's been 7 years. They gotta remind people.
They gotta remind people.
You know?
Like what? Was it the Nut Job 2?
Oh God.
We're like, oh yeah. By the way, we made another one.
Yeah.
Why? Who knows why we made another?
I hadn't even realized
movie.
that the first one had come out. So, going into this one though, like we originally wanted to go see Sherlock Gnomes. But when you suggested that, I remember that you hadn't seen this. So I thought, we need to see that one first. And then if you like it, then maybe you'll just go and see it because you want to watch it.
Here's the thing. So, again, going in, not a big, no expectations. Watching the film, it was actually really, really good. I was surprised how good this was.
It's entertaining. It really is.
Mainly because, again, it was like Thor for me. I had zero inclination to see Thor. I just happened to see it, and we're like, Thor's good.
Stumbled into a theater accidentally?
Into a theater, yeah.
I didn't think you were going to go see it.
What, Thor?
Yeah.
The first Thor?
Oh, we're talking about the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is before I gave up on Marvel.
I gotcha. So we're not talking about Ragnarok.
No, this is not Ragnarok. This is
so good.
This is before Ragnarok.
Okay.
Yeah, this is first Thor. So, yeah.
Are you saying you were entertained by Thor?
I was very entertained by Thor.
Okay, that's important.
The first one.
I wanted to make
very
sure
entertained
you said
by the
that.
first Thor. Very entertained by this movie. Now, I did have, that being said, there are problems with this movie. I'm not going to say there's not problems with this movie.
Like the end?
Like the end. Okay, no,
Not the
forget-
story
no.
ending, but the end.
We're just gonna do it right now. I have a problem with why do we do these dance scenes at the end of movies? I don't understand the dance scenes.
I'm not big on
It's
it
not.
either.
It's. I don't get it.
Even in a movie you like, Hotel Transylvania, they end with them just dancing. It's
I love Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and I'm ready for the third one. Oh, that was another bit of news. They released another trailer for the third one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
and
cool.
Apparently, it's Van Helsing's.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Nice.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I like it.
But watching it, I was like, why? Why do they continuously do this weird dance thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do they want kids in the theater to like get up and just start dancing? Is that the whole point of these?
I don't know. It's kind of like a let's end on a high note kind of thing, I guess.
I guess.
But I'm with you. I'd rather just like roll credits, and then during the credits you can show them dancing.
Yeah.
Instead, we know the credits are next. We just have to wait through this song while they do their goofy dance moves.
Exactly. I mean, like, if I'm fine if they're dancing as they're scrolling up the screen,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Like in Tangled, well, we'll just go back with Tangled. They have all the cool, different, because that's all 2D stuff.
Yeah.
I think Thomas Estrada was saying we talked about that when he was on. Because he was like, yeah, that's all 2D. Because apparently they have like 3 like actual like Disney artists like on staff to just do those type of things.
Right.
And I'm like, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you talk to cool Disney artists. They give you all the ins and outs.
That's right.
But yeah, like I like that type of stuff in your credit scene. I don't care about these people dancing. Like they did it in Lego Batman too.
Oh yeah, they did.
Like
huh?
what was the point of that? Are you wanting people to dance?
I don't know.
It's bizarre.
I'm
not
pretty
for
much
me.
with you on this one. It's kind of a throwaway bit of animation.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Gavin
we don't
agrees
need
with me
this.
for once.
We agree on stuff.
Yeah, like 2 things.
Your Name?
Your Name's the best anime movie that I've seen.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
May not be the best one I've seen.
Really? Oh,
It's up there.
You still put
It's
Boy and the
way up
Beast.
there. I think Boy and the Beast might. That's close.
See, that's the same for me. Like Summer Wars is right up there for me too.
But there's a couple of Ghibli ones I put up there too, which you haven't seen yet.
I've seen Mononoke. I've seen the best Ghibli film. I've seen Mononoke.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
haven't
Spirited
seen my
Away.
favorite yet,
I've
though.
seen 2 of the best ones. Your favorite's Porco Rosso.
No, that's my second favorite.
Oh, is Totoro your favorite?
Totoro.
No, I haven't seen Totoro.
Sidetrack.
Sidetrack, yeah.
All right,
Sidebar.
so that was the end. Let's go back to the
We'll do like a
beginning.
Zach. Time out, guys.
Or do you want to do this like Memento and just go backwards through the whole
We'll
film?
just do it like Memento.
Okay.
So does that make me Michael Keaton? Or does that make me the
Sure.
wife?
You pick whichever one.
Oh, it'd be the wife. Who's the wife?
I don't remember. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that, and I haven't seen it since it came
Sally Jesse Raphael.
out.
Let's
You're
get a
ridiculous.
heart for Sally Jesse Raphael.
Hearts.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody knows
Ridiculous.
who that is. Nobody was alive.
Back on track. Let's talk Gnomeo and Juliet.
Gnomeo and Juliet. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start with the.
You want to do a synopsis for people who haven't seen it?
Oh yeah, if only I had my phone.
Here.
Yeah. We'll just read the back of the thing.
There you go.
From the director of Shrek 2. Perfect for the whole blah blah blah. Elton John, voice talents of Emily Blunt. Here we go. Caught up in a feud between neighbors, Gnomeo and Juliet must overcome as many obstacles as their namesakes. But with flamboyant words, guys, hooked on phonics. You should probably get those if you can't read. Caught up in a feud between neighbors, Gnomeo and Juliet must overcome as many obstacles as their namesake. But with flamboyant pink flamingos and epic lawnmower races, can this young couple find lasting happiness? Complete with hilarious, never-before-seen bonus features, Gnomeo and Juliet is an out-of-the-world comedy known to your whole family. You're gonna gnome it.
I didn't get that last part.
You're gonna gnome it.
Oh.
Like love, except gnome, which that pun doesn't work.
Yeah, this was a very puntastic film.
They tried. They also kind of forced some puns in there. They were like, "Can we fit a pun in there?" I don't know, Jim. Can we? Yeah, they just fit it in there.
Cram it in.
They just cram it.
But I'm fine with that. I like a good pun. I like a bad pun.
I think a bad pun.
I'm fine with puns.
So yeah, but If you guys hadn't guessed, this is Romeo and Juliet, but with garden gnomes.
Retold through the idea of two neighboring gardens filled with gnomes of different colors. There's the reds and the blues.
It's very much like red versus blue.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
they're in a family feud, and you guys know Romeo and Juliet. We don't have to explain it. It's pretty self-explanatory. But
just go see what's the name of that?
West Side Story?
No, not West Side Story.
Done.
No.
So what I do love though is they also cram in tons of Shakespeare references.
And Shakespeare. They put Shakespeare in the movie.
Yeah, Shakespeare's in it. He's
like,
great.
We should get somebody from Hamlet to be Shakespeare. And they were like, Patrick Stewart.
There we go.
Got it.
Yep. He was great. So I like that they did that. So it makes me believe that this sequel is going to be filled with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle references.
Is it the Hounds
Sherlock
of Baskerville?
Holmes. I don't know. It's Sherlock Gnomes. What's the subtitle?
The Gnomes of Baskerville.
It's not though.
Nope, it's not.
No, it's not.
Get Know Me With It.
That's it. That's got to be
yeah.
it, right?
It should be Getting Know Me With It. Why didn't they do that?
Anyway, that gets me excited for all the Sherlock references, which are sure to be in that film. So back to this film. I love all that stuff. I like that it's kind of rapid fire in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And it never felt like this movie slowed down to a point where you're like, okay, come on, keep it going. Even in the slow moments, they were small, and then they moved along with the action. So I like the pace of this film. I thought it kept going.
Yeah, it didn't have any pacing issues.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it that. There were no slow moments at all in the film.
And the real test of that, for those of you who don't know, the real test of that is whether or not this guy pulls out his phone in the middle of the movie. Yeah. And you didn't.
No.
You didn't pull it out once. I always keep out of the corner of my eye.
I don't do it during. I'm not one of those people who does it in the theater because.
Oh right.
Those people should be thrown out.
Thrown out.
But yeah, like, what was the first movie that you made me watch that I did?
Made you watch?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was bad.
Like in the beginning?
Yeah.
The first film was Cowboy Bebop.
Was it Max and Mary?
That one, yeah, with Mary and Max, you definitely did.
Oh my gosh.
You had a hard time with that one.
It was a movie, is what it was kinda.
It was great.
No, but yeah, our first two episodes were great. It was Cowboy Bebop and Secret of Kells.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which I'm glad Cloud City didn't remember that we had done.
I was gonna give him crap, then I thought,
oh, don't worry, I gave him crap.
I bet Josh is gonna do it on the next episode.
Josh gave him crap. Yeah,
I heard that. That's hilarious. So
we have we have Romeo and Juliet with the gnomes, which is great. We have a lot of humor in the movie. I'm gonna go with one complaint I had.
Okay.
I don't like the gnomes. So yeah,
all the characters?
So yeah. No. Here's the thing. I like the gnomes, but the parts I don't like. How come some of the gnomes look nice and cleaned up, and then other gnomes just look like trash?
Well, I think there was a hierarchy. So, like, the princess gnome kind of looked the best because she was kind of kept safe on her little pedestal.
Yeah, but King Gnome was there, and his whole hat thing is like...
Yeah, but he's old, and he's been around the garden. He's done a lot of manual labor to build up their kingdom.
That, but I'm talking about the owner. Was this the Montague?
Human?
Yeah, was this the Montague or the Capulets? Was the Capulets the reds and the Montagues blue?
Montague was blue.
Yes.
Capulet was red.
So the Capulet, Mr. Capulet, I didn't get his whole thing. I was like, bruh, take care of your gnomes. If you have these gnomes, take care of them. That Mr. Gnome King needs a fresh coat of paint. Throw some paint on him.
That's where you're getting too much into reality and rules. I get it. I get it. But I feel like it was just showing that, some of these were kind of the brute force, the manual labor, the down and dirty, we're going to be digging this garden. You, princess, stay up there and you be pretty on your little pedestal. And, I mean, that's all it was to me. And I also liked how a lot of them kind of looked like they were different styles of gnomes, as if they'd been bought throughout the years from different gnome makers and things like that. And then it also incorporated other lawn ornament kinds of things, like the bunnies and the deer, and
those bunnies,
and then
were
eventually
freaking awesome.
the flamingo. So I liked that it went into all kinds of yard decoration.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool. I actually thought both of those backyards were kind of sweet.
Oh no,
I dug them.
They were cool. I just didn't like the whole bit with the gnomes.
Yeah,
like I didn't like that. Put some paint on them. I mean, if you got these gnomes and you've had these gnomes for years, paint. Stop some paint.
I guess. I wonder. I'm not a big gardener, and I'm not friends with a lot of big gardeners.
You live in an apartment. That's
I know,
great
right?
for you.
I know. And so I've never known anybody who kept a garden that also had gnomes in it. And so I don't know if people want their gnomes to look aged and have that patina on them and that says this is an established garden that's been here for years, or if they want them to be shiny and slick. I don't know what the standard is, what the social norm in that world is. I have no idea. The social gnome.
Yep.
Yes. Points.
Don't heart that.
Yes, heart
That
it.
was bad. Don't do it.
So I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like they might want that rustic look in a lot of ways.
I guess, but why would you have some that are weathered and some that aren't weathered?
They're newer. They were more recently purchased. Younger. I don't know.
I suppose.
All conjecture.
Yeah. I will say I did like that Gnomeo had his cool little
scar.
His scar.
I like that too.
I was like, nice. He's
awesome.
automatically the hero of the film because he's got that scar. He's Michael Biehn.
All right. Anything else about the story?
Oh, we're talking about the story. I was on characters.
Oh, characters. Characters and story kind of the same.
I was going with characters. Yeah, man.
Are they okay? Well, let's stay on characters. Are there characters that you don't like?
The little gnomes, the little pointy head gnomes, the red bunnies.
Just kind of parrot.
Yeah, the red minion bunnies. The bunnies were super cool. I liked their little ear communications. That was cool. I loved and I told you that should be your next drawing. Needs to be.
You told me lots of drawings.
Well, what I want. Okay,
you want me to draw her in her little ninja outfit?
I want you to draw Juliet in her cool sock ninja outfit because that was super cool.
With a band of bunnies around her?
Yes, I want either her fighting the bunnies.
The bunnies are blues, though.
Yeah, either her fighting the well, they're all together now.
That's true.
Her fighting the bunnies, or that would be cool.
Yeah,
just her fighting the bunnies, but the bunnies are in like their.
I feel you.
Mel Gibson movie.
Oh, they're Braveheart
makeup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for not going like Lethal Weapon.
The passion.
They're all too old for this now. Man. No.
We won't go there.
We won't go there. But yeah, I like that stuff. But then I like Jason Statham's character.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was Jason Statham. I was like, Jason Statham voice.
So many voices in this.
Yeah.
So many like recognizable voices.
I guess let's go ahead and go down the list. We have James McAvoy as Gnomeo, Emily Blunt as Juliet, Ashley Jensen as Nanette, Michael Caine as Lord Redbrick, Mac Lucas as Benny, Jim Cummings as Featherstone, Maggie Smith is as Lady Blueberry, and Jason Statham as Talbot. Is it Talbot?
Tybalt.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Ozzy Osbourne as Fawn, and Stephen Merchant as Paris, and other people, but IMDb won't let me scroll down anymore. So, that's everybody that's in it. I said Maggie Smith was in this movie, right? Yeah, Maggie Smith.
Yeah. Did you get Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton as...
Dolly Parton, basically.
Dolly Parton character.
Did you get Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan as infomercial guy.
Yeah.
Sir Patrick Stewart as William Shakespeare. Because, like I said, when you have the Royal Shakespearean Theatre's Hamlet... Well, he's not Hamlet. That's David Tennant. David Tennant is Hamlet.
Surely he played Hamlet when he was younger. He's been part of that theater forever.
He's Hamlet's dad. Not dad. Uncle. Not dad. Uncle. Dad dies. Uncle marries.
Oh, spoilers.
Sorry, spoilers for Hamlet.
All right.
But no, I'm trying to... See, here's the thing. I'm trying to think of bad things I didn't like about this movie.
How did you feel about the flamingo? Because I can see him being a test for some people because he's a bit...
I was okay with him
extreme.
Just because he was a little bit different. He was different enough. He wasn't that sidekick animal character. That's what I kind of thought Benny was. Benny to me was like the sidekick character.
Yeah. But he was really only prominent in that one scene where they got caught.
Yeah. If anything, he's like Mr. Wubble Swubbles, what I don't know is the name of the thing from Inside Out.
Oh, Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Yes.
So, if anything, he was like a Bing Bong type character, but he didn't die.
First time that comparison has ever happened.
But yeah, to the movie I've never seen.
People watching Inside Out, oh, that's kind of like,
Benny
Benny from Gnomeo
Not Benny,
Juliet.
not Benny, Featherstone.
Oh, Featherstone.
Featherstone was like Bing Bong to me.
Oh, Featherstone.
I was you know what Benny. I was hoping for when we were showing that little his scene where you see the broken family and everything. I was waiting for Jesse's music from Toy Story 2.
I know. It had a very Pixar feel to it.
So I was like,
where you see the beginning, middle, and then crushing end.
Well, you know how it's not Pixar? Neither one of those two people died. That's how it's not a Disney Pixar movie.
Pretty true.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, it is Disney. Disney still sinks their claws into it. They're like,
money.
Oh no, yeah, no. They were like, we'll give you money, but one of the parents have to die. They must be raised by a single parent.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
It's all, yeah. The owners of the houses live alone. The mom on one side and the dad on the other side are alone. The flamingo came from a broken... Yeah, it's all broken homes.
Yep, it's all broken homes. Disney.
It's crazy.
Breaking homes since...
Wholesome family company.
Since 19...
Geez, this is going to be good.
20...
Ooh.
6.
What was the name of the convention we went to?
It was D23.
Stands for 1923. There you go, buddy.
Oops. I just thought, like, if you take a 3 and you turn it like this, it makes an M for Mickey.
Perfect.
And there's 2 M's. Mickey Mouse. Nope. Shoot, I was 3 years off. Dang it.
You were very close. I was impressed that you got the 20s.
Yeah. Well,
Charlie wouldn't get that.
That's his Alice in Wonderland stuff, right?
The Alice comedies,
Alice
in the early days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Impressive.
I remember things.
Most impressive.
Thank you. I love that hooligans bit. There were those little hoods. I was kind of hoping for I was really hoping they were actually going to be in hoods. Oh, yeah. So it would be like a Hot Fuzz.
They were really like
situation.
Preppy school kids.
Oh, they were totally preppy school kids.
Thinking they're hard.
Well, that's the preppy school kids that were in Hot Fuzz. The hoods, they all had uniforms. True. They just had hoods on, and they were hoods.
What do you think about the story in Gnomeo and Juliet? The 100% original story.
The 100% original story. I thought it was good for what it was. I didn't like the ending. I thought it should have been more tragic.
Whatever.
But no, okay. Where were we going on before I got super sidetracked?
I don't know.
See, I'm telling you, I can't record late. You know this about me. I can't record late. It is 9 o'clock.
It is not 9 o'clock.
It is 8:48. It's 9. See, I'm really bad. I can't do late. I'm a small child. I'm like a kitten. I have to have my naps.
Well, you'll get a nap soon.
I will get a nap soon. Now I'm gonna watch Santa Clarita. But no, really, what was I talking about?
Let's move to the story because neither of us remember.
So the story, I thought the story was good. I liked what we had with Featherstone. I thought that was a nice little take us out from all of the action.
Yeah, it's a good kind of recess from all of the chaos.
I didn't like the lawnmower races.
Instead of sword fights, I thought that was a good way to do duels.
No, because we did a duel.
What do you mean?
They literally attack each other.
Oh well, yeah,
so but you can't have two.
But the official agreed upon duel is the lawnmower.
We're gonna drag race.
Yeah, which I like.
I guess
I thought that was cool.
Well, it was Jason Statham again, so it was like Death Race and Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Is he drag race in Fast and Furious? I've not seen it.
You've not seen Fast and the Furious?
I've seen Tokyo Drift.
And you're giving me a hard time about not seeing Predator, and you haven't seen Fast and the Furious?
Well, one of them's a classic, and the other one's Fast and the Furious.
I think they're equally as classic. Meaning, not at all.
One has Apollo in it.
One has 7 sequels.
One has Apollo Creed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Jesse Ventura.
I take it all back.
You should. And one had another movie with Danny Glover.
Oh my gosh. This is going off the rails quick.
Yeah, it's going way off the rails.
So
are people still here?
I really like the choices they made with the story. I think they did a good job of retelling it in this weird Gnomeo way, first of all, and mirroring the actual original story. But I like that they changed the ending and made it happy because it's more fitting with the style of movie it was. If they died at the end, it'd be like, what the heck? That doesn't fit with this at all. And then I like the way that we talked about the pacing before. I like the way that they pace it. This movie's only an hour, but a lot happens in an hour. Like, a lot.
It was only an hour?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait.
I thought it was at least an hour and a half.
I'm sorry. It's 100 minutes. I quitted that to an hour. It's an hour and 20 minutes. Let me double check.
Well,
yes, it's an hour and 20 minutes. So, no, that's an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, your math's not good there, bro. You do taxes.
There's a reason. No, I have a computer that does taxes. There's a reason I draw pictures. I am not
Pictures
good at
are
math.
all numbers.
In my head, 100 was an hour.
100 hours
and then
10 minutes.
When I realized 60 minutes is an hour, I thought 100 minutes was an hour and 20 minutes.
You thought Barbara Walters was 100. And then you're all like, so I subtract 100 by Barbara Walters.
So actually, that's pretty long for an animated movie, which makes sense because a lot happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
But again, yeah, like we said, like there's no pacing issues.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it never slows down enough to where you feel like, oh my gosh, this movie's so long. So I like that. I think they did a really good job with the story. It's a really slick story. And I think it works. I was entertained. Like when it first came on again, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this now. Because it's been probably 6 years since I've watched it. And the first 15 minutes, I was like, I'm not sure if I still like this as much as I used to. And I think it's just because the first 15 minutes, it's really just kind of building. It's just starting you off, like getting you used to this Gnomeo world and dropping some puns. You're like, okay, is this going to be good the whole way through? But then it hits its stride, and it's just a smooth ramp up to the crescendo.
Once Gnomeo and Juliet actually meet, that's when it goes to a completely different level.
Yeah.
That's when, and they teased me twice. With a kiss.
With almost kisses.
Yeah, so you guys probably don't know, unless you're like one of our main listeners, but Josh loves a romance. Rom-coms, my totes faves. I don't say totes faves ever.
Every time I see you, you say totes faves.
Like,
you say, Gavin, you're my totes faves.
Gavin is like my totes fave, bro. So yeah, I love that, and I love what they gave me 2 teases, which is great. Thanks for that. Loved it.
He really squirms in his chair when they don't actually, when their lips
when
don't
they
actually
don't
meet.
kiss.
When they're like that far apart.
When it
kills him.
I'm just gonna pull 2 Ghibli movies just out of thin air. When Ashitaka and is it San don't kiss.
They do it in Padma too.
You
invented the fact that they actually kiss.
They
you don't
kiss
see
in Padma?
them. No, it's a tease, and you know.
Oh, it is a tease in Padma. Yeah, they don't kiss in Padma. Padma inverted. Oh shoot, that's a fantastic movie.
It's really good.
We'll talk about Padma here in just a sec. Okay. Probably at the end. That'll be an unlocked exclusive. We'll cut the episode and we'll talk about anime movies for a sec. But yeah, same thing in Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where was my kiss in Spirited Away? I don't care. The one's the Dragon River.
Well, it gets complicated at that point.
No, that just means it's wet.
True. Do you have any problems with the story?
No, yeah, I'm just trying to space this out as long as I can. I don't have any problems with this movie.
Sweet,
I'm trying to dig things up.
All right, well, let me talk about the artwork for a minute. You talked about the gnomes and their designs and their styles and their appearance a little bit, but I was also really interested to see if a movie from 2011 stands up today. As we've talked about many times on the show, CG animation is much more easily dated than hand-drawn animation. And it's just because our eyes and our minds get more used to fancier animation now. We have better, richer textures, more realistic and impactful lighting effects. And so our eyes and our minds almost demand a higher standard now. So when we go back and watch movies that are 5 to 10 years old and they're CG, a lot of times they end up looking terrible really quickly. This one I think is pleasantly still really good. Josh is over there dying right now, by the way. He decided to breathe his water bottle instead of drink it. But
I was thinking about that Spirited Away kiss.
You were. You
and
tried to kiss the
river. I wonder
river.
if I could kiss the river.
Yeah, I think this movie holds up pretty well. I think there are signs of datedness going on, especially with the lighting. Especially when we pan out to some of the broader shots, it looks like floodlights instead of actual like directional sunlight.
And that's
sometimes.
not including when they use the floodlights.
Now those were good. I liked the actual at night when they had like a spotlight going around.
That was great. Mm-hmm. Like it was telling though when they show the lighthouse. I was like, it's gonna be a little bitty lighthouse, and they pan out and it's a little bitty lighthouse. I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. I got it. You didn't fool me there.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all pretty straightforward in that case. So I think it holds up. It's got really good textures, really good colors. The human characters, thankfully, they're never in focus and they're always kind of in the background and they're obscured by something in the foreground because they don't really move very well for human characters.
That jogger moved well.
The jogger's an exception.
I went through puberty there.
That jogger.
The jogger.
Wow. The jogger had really good motion. And that's a really funny scene when
like,
the gnomes are all congregated at the end of that alley and they hear a jogger coming, they all freeze, and she turns the corner to go down that alley and it's like, what the crap? There's like 200 gnomes standing there.
That would be super cool though.
Backs away.
Yeah.
I like that. No. It's a funny moment.
She was like, gnome.
Gnome.
No.
Mm-hmm. So I think it really holds up. I like the artwork in it. I like the character design. I think they were pretty clever with giving you different styles of gnomes and different other yard elements. I like Fawn and the little bunnies. They're super adorable. And I like, is it Mr. Featherstone?
It's just Featherstone.
Oh, Featherstone. I like Featherstone.
He doesn't like to be like bogged down by labels.
Yeah, just call me Featherstone.
Yeah.
He's cool and fun and a little crazy because he was in isolation for 30 minutes or 30 years. 30 minutes.
He's 30 minutes.
30 years.
We were 30 minutes into the movie and then he came back.
Yeah, but I like him. I think he's pretty delightful. And I like that you could see the plastic mold seam down the center of his face.
I love when he caught Gnomeo and then he had the little indentation.
And he just popped himself back out.
I was like, plastic!
So I like that they use those textures.
But it's Jim Cummings.
You could hear and see and feel I don't know what gnomes are made of, like almost like cement
porcelain.
They're not porcelain. That's too fragile for the yard. It's much more like cement or some sort of harder ceramic.
Plaster.
Maybe plaster. But I like that you could kind of hear them when they struck stone with their foot or when they touched each other, there was clanking and things like that. And then I liked Featherstone's plastic sounds, and he looked like he was made of those things, and his little metal stick legs.
I love his little metal legs. I like
and
how
when
they
would hit the
like
ground,
gently rusted too.
Yeah.
I thought that was because he would have rusted legs.
Yeah, they did a great job, and the textures of the gardens and everywhere they went, I never felt like there was an area of the screen that was like, oh, they didn't really finish that, and they put it out of focus or something. Like they really did a good job of creating full environments, and I really enjoyed that. So I was pleasantly surprised at how well I feel it stands up.
I agree. I was surprised with that. I will say, let's kind of go back a little bit into some references that were in this movie.
Okay.
You pulled out after Tybalt
gets
smashed,
and Fawn is coming up through the dust.
You went Lion King.
It looks very Lion King,
and
after
I
Mufasa's
went Bambi. Because he's a deer, and he's like, because that's where I'm like, Mom.
Which, I mean, Lion King is basically
and
African
it's
Bambi.
Dad, it is very much African Bambi.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was too good. I thought that was really
that was a really good one.
Then there was another one.
There was the one where he falls into the water, and you had the berries, like, shooting the pebbles, like, shooting
cool.
through, like, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
There
was a couple other moments. I mean,
Ozzy was the fawn.
When Dolly Parton
who was Ozzy?
Yeah, he was the fawn.
He was the fawn.
when Dolly Parton's starting the drag race, it's very Rebel Without a Cause.
Yeah.
You know, that whole scene.
Or Grease, or any sort of...
Or is it Rebel? Wait, is it Rebel Without a
Smokey
Cause
and the
I'm thinking of,
Bandit.
or is it American Graffiti I'm thinking of?
Oh, it's American Graffiti.
American Graffiti, yeah.
Harrison Ford.
And
He was a cop.
in
Wasn't he the sheriff in
I haven't
American
seen that movie
Graffiti?
in so long.
Was Harrison Ford the sheriff in American Graffiti? Yes, no? Anybody know?
Maybe.
Is anybody really good at IMDb?
Real quick. Yeah, I mean, there was tons of references, and we already mentioned all the Shakespeare references. I mean,
There were Shakespeare references in the movie?
Like
yeah, there was...
4 million.
I loved the Tempest teapots.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was like,
Nice.
got it. I got you.
When the bus pulls around the corner, its destination is Stratford upon Avon, where Shakespeare lived. And there was another one. Of course, the households or of the actual human characters is Montague and Capulet. Yeah, I mean, there was just tons. Like, you could probably watch this movie 3 more times and find a bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch.
So, overall...
music.
It's
an Elton John soundtrack.
Elton John soundtrack.
It's fantastic. And it's not an Elton John, like original Elton John songs like Lion King. It's basically all his hits from the 70s and 80s.
That would have been cool if Can You Feel the Love Tonight started.
That would be funny.
That would be good.
It also featured, though, the one kind of miss for me is the duet that he does with Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
It's like, I like Elton John and I like Lady Gaga, but that
it
song
wasn't the
didn't
right mix.
fit.
Yeah, I didn't like that much. But what I loved is that even in the score, they were using Elton John melodies and tunes. And we mentioned it, the different ways that they use Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
Oh my gosh.
It was awesome. They did it as an intense
action
scene.
The action
they
scene.
did
They're
it
like,
in
and you're like,
poignant scenes. It was so good. They were able to mold it to whatever they wanted it to do.
Really
so that was the
with
main theme of the whole movie, really.
It was Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Which is convenient that we watched it on our Friday.
I know. That makes no sense. Anyway, the music was awesome. I think we both loved it. So let's talk about overall impressions and ratings.
I like the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to go see Sherlock Gnomes.
Cool.
I have, from what I've seen of Sherlock Gnomes,
are you a big Johnny Depp guy?
No, I'm not a
I didn't think so.
I'm not a fan of the Deep.
I like Johnny Depp, but I'm a little bit...
I like Chocolat.
So when he's trying to do comedy. Like,
when he's trying to be funny?
If he has a character that just is funny, like Jack Sparrow, I think, ends up being funny in moments, but he's not doing a comedy.
No.
But when he's Willy Wonka and he's trying to be funny...
Ooh, yeah.
I find it a little off-putting. So I do feel like there's a little risk involved with Sherlock Gnomes.
From Hell, like that.
But hilarious. That's a knee slapper.
Home.
So, yeah, but I am excited to see it because I think this movie's really good. It's really entertaining. And I feel like there's a whole new treasure trove of puns and references.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that's
going to be great. My problem is, I hope they don't do... I hope what they're doing is, for these trailers that we keep seeing, where they're like, Mankini, do your thing, like, shake it, or whatever. Mm-hmm. That thing, I hope that's not actually in the movie. I hope that was just made for the trailer.
What you really hope isn't in there, I know you. You hope the fart joke isn't in the
I hope the fart jokes aren't in there. I hate fart jokes.
Because you notice there wasn't any fart jokes in this one.
No.
But in that trailer... It's a prominent
it's like,
portion.
It's a jacuzzi. And you're like, why are you here? I can't tell. He also changed. He was like Italian and now he's like German.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's
I'm confused.
Nebulous kind of accent he's using, I feel.
Yeah, he's using that European.
All right, so what do you rate this one?
So first off, let's do the scale. Gavin, what's your scale?
I rate out of 5 Jiminy Crickets.
And I rate out of 5 Dipper Pines. So I'm going to give this movie a solid 4 Dipper Pines.
Nice.
I'm going to give it 4.
Wow, you did like this movie.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, it was good. Like, the jokes, I wasn't expecting as many jokes. I knew it was going to be a kid's movie. But for me, if you showed me this and were like, this is a movie for teenagers and young adults, I'd have been like, I got you. There was no kid jokes in it.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't anything like that.
Right.
It didn't feel like they were playing down to your audience, and I hate it when people play down to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, accept that your audience is smart. This is your audience. They're not stupid. Here you go. Here's a movie. I hate it when they're like, all right, audience, we're going to hold your hand and we're going to walk you through this.
Right.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that in this movie. So that's why, for me, it gets that little bump up from a 3 to a 4.
Cool. What's the frog's name? Do you remember?
Nanette.
Do you still have the cast list
Nanette.
up? Is that Nanette?
Nanette.
I didn't say it before during characters. That's my favorite character. She cracks me up.
She's fantastic.
I think she's funny. That being said, I also give this 4 Jiminy Crickets.
Nice.
I feel like the only thing I ding it on is that it is 7 years old and the CGI does have a slight starting to get dated. So like in another 2 years, we're going to look at it.
But like what you said, but it's not bad. That dog.
No, it's not bad.
That bulldog is atrocious.
It's a bit rough. Yeah, it's like overly stocky and stiff.
It's like, I get that he's supposed to be.
It worked out too much.
Yeah, he was like, bruh, I'm a dog.
Tell me which way the gym is. Never mind, I'll find it.
Yeah, I'll find it myself. I got some whey powder back at the plate. But the movie was good. I don't think the problem, like, there's that big of a problem with the animation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super duper stylized like, say, an animation usually tends to last longer than other things. Mm-hmm. It's 3D animation, not as much, but this wasn't like 3D in your face 3D. This isn't Toy Story 3D.
Yeah.
This is, or not 3D. I meant like CG, not 3D. I can't talk. I'm tired. I don't think this will age as bad because I mean a lot of the stuff
doing well so far.
A lot of the stuff that they have in it, like those water effects, are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's standing and he's fighting the little red gnome guys, that water that's there, I was like, okay, it looks like water. It looks like real water.
Yeah.
It was very clear, very nice. So I don't think it's gonna have that bad of an effect on it. It's not gonna be like a Jimmy Neutron movie.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more long-lasting. Or like
Shrek.
Chicken Little, which looks like it was made 20 years ago instead of, well, gosh, it
20 years
has
ago.
been a while now. Not 20, but it's been like
15 years.
Yeah, it's starting to look bad.
It's kind of like Back to the Barnyard, or whatever that was called.
Oh.
Whatever Disney movie that was.
Yeah. And there's... Oh, did you ever see The Wild?
No.
It is the worst thing Disney's ever been attached to.
I thought the one with Rosie was the worst thing.
No, that's a bad movie, but the animation isn't bad. The Wild is one of their early CG movies, and it was before they had teamed up with Pixar, and they had
What's it about?
No technology. It's about a zoo and the animals in it. It's terrible.
And they want to go to the
awful.
Oh, I thought they made like 4 of those movies.
Yeah, no, it's like 6 other movies that other studios did, but yeah, it's terrible.
You know what I saw that was on? I saw a clip for something. Over the Hedge still doesn't look bad. Over the Hedge still looks good. I was like,
a pretty good one.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Bruce Willis's character, since he's like, maybe not him. But everybody else looked really good. I was like, maybe I have to watch Over the Hedge.
Some of them do a better job and they'll last longer.
Yeah.
I do worry for a lot of CG movies though. They just get dated after a while. So yeah.
You know what we forgot to do, Gavin?
What did we forget?
We forgot to do an ad read in the middle of the podcast.
Let's do one now.
I wasn't paying attention because this is our first time doing one of these unlocked streams.
Joke's on you. We're talking for another hour.
Probably, but. This episode of the ASP is brought to you by Studio Headphones. Studio wants to revolutionize the way. Here, take them and show them to the camera. You can actually go behind. Wants to revolutionize the way people see headphones. Most headphones on the market can offer you 2 things, either style or tech. Studio wants to bridge that gap while emphasizing modern Scandinavian design. They provide a product that matches the quality of the highest rated headphones on the market for a fraction of the cost. These are actually the Tray headphones. They are fantastic. I love them. They've got about 8 hours of battery life, which is perfect for work because I work an 8-hour day. I do if I have to go to the gym after work, I'll not listen to these for like 2 hours, and then when I go to the gym, pop them in, hit myself in the face.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Studio is giving all ASPers or ASPers. We'll go with ASPers.
Yeah, because it's too close to Asperger's.
Yeah, we'll go with ASPers. All ASPers, 15% off and free worldwide shipping on your next purchase by using the code ASP15 at checkout. Again, all you have to do is go to studio.com, enter the code ASP15 at checkout, and you can get yourself a pair of snazzy, awesome headphones like these.
Can I ask you a couple of questions about their
yes,
company?
Yes, you can, sir.
What other
Scandinavia.
types of headphones? That's Scandinavia.
Yeah.
What other types of headphones do they offer? Do they have over-the-ear?
They have
type?
over-the-ear ones.
Okay.
I was really torn between the over-the-ear ones and these.
Mm-hmm.
I went with these just because I could take these to the gym a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I want to get a pair of the over-the-ear ones so that
Sure.
way I can edit more. Because I have these. I've got these razors, but they're kind of old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I get some sound drops from the right ear, which is not good sometimes.
Yeah. You're sure that's not your ear going deaf?
Oh no!
You just want to be sure.
Just this ear is just on the fritz.
Yeah, it's going in and out.
It could very well be, but yeah, I love these, dude. They're
cool.
Fantastic. They pair with my phone too, so I mean, just do everything. It was like the super duper setup too. I didn't even look at the instructions because I'm a dude and I don't look at instructions because America. But I just held the middle button down because I was like, well, this one should be up, this one should be down, this one should be mode, and it was mode. And it worked.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very intuitive.
Mm-hmm. And it also came with a sweet little leather case.
Ooh.
And like 4 of these. Okay, so here's the thing. People not listening, you're kind of SOL on this one. But people watching. So here's what I like best about these. So I've got these right here. Here's what it looks like. If you need to clean it, because, you get gunk inside, it just pops right off. What?
Oh, that is cool.
And then you just wash it. It's super cool.
Can you get those in different colors?
Yeah, you get them white, gray, black, pink.
Ooh, pink?
Mm-hmm. Get them in pink.
Any other colors?
Their blue is like really cool blue.
Yeah?
It is like a dark navy,
Ooh.
and it looks sweet.
Very cool.
So yeah, you can get them gold, white, pink, black,
like
gray.
metallic gold?
Yes, metallic gold.
Ooh, baller.
Yeah, the pink ones look pretty cool too. I was like, I could get pink ones and just make everybody mad, but whatever. I wanted to get the pink. I was thinking pink or blue or black. Those are my main choices, and I went with black because it goes with everything, and it's slimming for my ears.
It is. I used to think you had big fat ears, but now I
now
think they're slim.
See, now I look like your favorite Disney movie, Dumbo. And now I put these in, and look, what do I look like now?
What's a small-eared character?
I can't. This is the wrong.
Wrong ear.
Try to put the left one in. What do I look like? Who do I look like now? Do I look like Peter Pan?
Yes.
Windy Bird. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast here, and then we're gonna stick around on live and do another quick little Q&A. So we've totally been ignoring you because my phone is so far away, and Gavin's really bad at looking at his phone. So if you want to ask us any questions,
there's a delay here too.
Get ready. Don't send them yet because we're gonna answer them here in just a minute. But first, Gavin, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Gavin Audison Art. Don't forget to check out my other podcast, Podcateers. We're on iTunes and Stitcher and all the places.
Your website.
Website, GavinAudisonArt.com.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Animation Station Podcast.
Are we doing this back and forth thing? Which one did you do?
Instagram.
And on Facebook, Animation Station Podcast.
On Twitter at Animate Podcast.
On Tumblr, Animation Station Podcast.
You can also find all of our episodes on iTunes.
And Stitcher.
And Podbean.
And other Google Play? Are we on Google Play?
No, we're not on Google Play. You know how hard it is to get on Google Play?
I remember you
like
saying
pulling
that.
teeth to get on Google Play.
Yeah.
You got to know the mayor.
That. Wow, the mayor of
Scandinavia.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. I only know the mayor of Nova Scotia. So
it's crazy
not there
that
yet.
all of Scandinavia has a mayor.
That's just yeah.
We know geography and geopolitics.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, you can.
Where you can
and
find us.
we're on Vero too, because everybody.
Yeah.
Remember when everybody was jumping ship and moving to Vero? We did that too, but we stayed with the ship. We were like, throw a bottle out.
And then
It'll work.
It's kind of funny how 2 weeks later Instagram says, "Oh hey, we're gonna go more chronological."
Yeah,
again.
we're going back to chronological. Like, yeah, the thing that wasn't broken that you messed up and killed everybody's stuff. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. I think 90% of people joined and did like one post to say I'm on Vero, and then never did anything again.
We still post on there for all of the. I think there's 45 people that we have on Vero.
Oh, cool.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help that they were down for so long.
Yeah,
Like,
that hurt them.
that
They grew too fast.
Yeah, that first 2 weeks when everybody started jumping over, they were like, yeah, we got 10 subscribers, guys.
Yeah.
100 subscribers. 10,000. 10 million subscribers. Oh, snap.
When an app goes viral, you better
Yeah,
have server
they'd be
space.
It was like day one of like Call of Duty, and they're like, we have one server. You don't get that reference.
I mean, I know what Call of Duty is.
What's that?
I can imagine. It's a video game where you play online with people and you shoot people. That's exactly what it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's a pirate game.
It's not a pirate
That's
game.
Sea of Thieves. That comes out. That's out right now. We should do
Great.
Sea of Thieves.
Arg.
So anyway, Gavi.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. I know it's been like 9.5 years since you were on an
It
episode.
has only been a few episodes.
Yeah.
Well, you went on a bit of a hiatus while you were working on your move, which we're in your lovely new place
Yep,
now.
in the new apartment. I was
And
doing my demo too.
You did a series of really cool interviews.
Yeah.
So everybody should go back and listen to those if you haven't listened to them.
Yep. Again,
So that was cool.
animationstationpodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
Click on the little episode link and listen to all the episodes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But it is nice to be back. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. If we get to do Isle of Dogs, I'm totally down.
we need to do Isle of
I want to be
Dogs.
back for that because that's the movie that I think we were both as mutually excited about this year.
Yeah. It was definitely my fave.
Which is cool because when we started this show, you were really down on the stop motion, but I think you're a little more open to it now, which is cool.
I liked Fantastic Mr. Fox because I think that
Because of
again,
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah. And hey, cuss you. You cussing me? Loved that part. That part was the best. Was that him and Badger?
I think so.
I think so. It was like, you cussing me? Like, cuss you. Love it. Fantastic. Like, how can we get away with this in a PG-13 movie?
Genius.
Just put cuss. Done. Emmy.
I love
Did it win an Emmy? Did it win anything?
A television award? I doubt it.
Oscar?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't
I'll have
know
to
the
look it
awards.
up.
Did it win a BAFTA?
It probably won a Sundance Film Award.
Did it win MTV's Best Kiss Award?
Probably a
No
Cannes
way.
Film Festival
That was
Award.
20.
Wow. Anyway, are we wrapping this
Yeah,
thing
we're
up?
done.
All
So
right.
for the Animation Station podcast, I'm Josh.
I'm Gavin.
Bye-bye, little butterfly.
Good luck.